What's going on, everyone? It's Mike back again, and this is your match preview. It's Everton against Brentford on Saturday. A game I will be at with my little one. We'll be sitting in the Park End PE7 if you want the specific location, if you want to come and say hello. Everton going to the game, let's be honest, footballing wise, no confidence at all. I mean, we lost to Villa, we lost to Norwich, we can't pick up points. We only just beat Hull. It's not good. But that's on a football pitch, and a lot has changed in a 2-week period. Everton have sacked their manager in Rafa. They had Ferguson for the Villa game, which may or may not have worked. He only got a game, so we don't know. And Frank Lampard has been appointed with a hell of a team of coaches with him. Clement, Ferguson, Edwards, Ashley Cole, Alan Kelly's already there. It's a really good, strong group of coaches. And I couldn't be happier, to be honest. I could not be happier with the team that we've appointed. Do I think Lampard's going to get everything right straight away? No, I don't. He's a young manager with a huge job. But I don't think that job scares him, which was a positive from his press conference today. I felt like he embraced his press conference. He said all positive things, really. You know, he said he knows that this team needs to work. He knows he's got the passion of the fans. He's spoken to Mashiri and the ideology of how aggressive we're going to be and how ambitious we are as a club. And he also understood that it's going to take time and there's building blocks, and that's all I want to hear. I don't want to hear a manager come in right now and tell me that Everton are going to be a Champions League football team. I actually had this conversation with John, because I said to John, when Frank Lampard spoke about aspirations, about where he wanted Everton to be, he said competing in the top half of the table. That's probably fair right now. I ideally would have loved him to say competing for European spots. But look how low we are in the league. So I was probably a little bit guilty of being a bit naive when I heard that particular statement. But genuinely, he spoke so well. He had an answer for everything. He was composed. There was no... He showed he was a person. He showed he was a passionate football man. And, when he was talking to Moose, and obviously, they know each other from past times and whatever, and he's a journalist who he's known a long time. They had a little bit of banter, and there was that honesty from Frank. And I love it when a manager comes out and says it exactly as it is. I adore that. When, your team's not played great, and they'll put their hands up and say, oh, I got it wrong today, or this happened and we should have done this better. Not, oh yeah, we played all right, we didn't deserve to lose the game, even though we got battered or something. He doesn't do that. He works on facts, he works on stats, and he works out what's going on at any instance. And look, I'm not saying that Frank Lampard is the messiah of managers, and I'm not saying he's going to be here in 5 years' time. But what I am saying is I'm confident that he's going to get this team playing a brand of football and having an identity, which is we're not going to lose without a fight. And God, we need that. We absolutely need that, because this team, let's be honest, they're soft. They're underbelly, tickled, rolling around on the floor, love the grass. They're just soft. A foul happens, no one says anything. You've seen Lampard on a touchline giving it to a manager that's won a league, giving it to managers left, right and centre. As a player, he was exactly the same. And he had real quality. And I just thought today his press out was brilliant. I thought he was brilliant. And, he spoke about the importance of people that were there. He spoke about the importance of bringing in Ashley Cole in. Again, I didn't agree with his comment, but he's always going to back his friend. When he said Ashley Cole's probably the best left-back we've seen in England. I don't agree with that, because I think there is probably been better over the years. And I certainly think if Leighton Baines had moved to a different club, I think you'd argue that Leighton Baines was, I'm not going to say better, but as good as. There was a fair competition between the two, and personally, I pick Baines, but there'll be many people that don't, and I get that. That's fine. But when I look at the coaching, the players, the mentality that he's brought into this team already, I love it. He was talking about Dele Alli, and he was saying it. He's a player with class. He's a player who has got the skills already. He just needs to find the right environment to unleash him. That was perfect. That was such a perfect way of describing a very talented footballer. And we've seen him do this. This is exactly what he does with the youth. He's done it with Mason Mount at Derby. He did it with Tomori at Derby. He did it in certain senses with Hudson-Odoi. He did it with Tammy Abraham. This is a manager who is prepared to give youth the chance and to assess them and to compare them. And I think this is a real opportunity for players like Onyango, for players like Dobbin, players like Anthony Gordon, players like Brentford, who are going to get games, players like Patterson, Mikalenko. They're going to be coached by, I'm not going to say the best manager in the world, because I don't think Frank is the best manager in the world, and I don't think he does. But he's a winner. He's a born and bred winner, and was a world-class midfielder in his day, and he's got all the qualities as an individual to do well at Everton. Now, to complement that, he's got some fantastic coaches. I mean, Clement is such an appointment. We've heard good things about Ferguson in the past. We've heard good things about Ashley Cole with the under-21s for England. We've heard positive stories about all of these people, and he's built that team. He's assembled them. So I'm chuffed. Genuinely, I am chuffed. And I think Everton go into this game against Brentford with a different mentality. And he's only been here 4 days. He's got a different mentality. He's come in and he said, right, you need to pull your socks up. What better to show that he's pulled his socks up than in an FA Cup game at home, where Brentford haven't sold out their allocation. We're going to have 38,000 Everton fans in that stadium cheering the boys on. Honestly, we thought the Villa game would be pumping. I think it'll be absolutely banging at this game. Honestly, I think the stadium will be rocking. I think the noise will be electric, and we need to keep that up for 95 minutes, because we need to show these boys on that pitch that we've got them. They've underperformed this season, absolutely underperformed. They've let us down. And I'm not saying we need to forgive them, but what I'm saying is they need to know that we'll back them and we're prepared to give them another chance. And my God, we're going to give them another chance. I'll give them another chance in the park, and my God, I'll be being told to shut up and all sorts. This team needs lots of change. A lot of the players won't be here in the next year or two. But if we're going to go in the right direction, I trust it to be with a manager like Frank Lampard. Young English winner. Love it. Absolutely love it. Now let's get into Brentford. Brentford themselves, obviously, we know in the league they're doing fairly well. They've come up. They're going to stay up. They're very confident. They're beating teams. They lost at home to Wolves, I appreciate, I think, last game out. But all in all, decent side. They're currently sitting 14th in the league, 4 points above us. But, they're a decent, robust team. The only difference I would say is they've played 3 extra games than we have. So that 4 points might not last too long. But Brentford have got some decent players. They've got some goal scorers. Ivor Toney. I like the keeper, Raya. I'm just looking at the rest of the team. They've got, I like Norgard, I like Mbeumo. They've obviously just signed Christian Eriksen, which needs talking about. And they've got Sergi Canos, who can create. So Brentford have got players in that team that are decent and can hurt us. And we've already experienced it. We already know they can hurt us because they've already beaten us once. So it's not an easy game at Goodison. This is a dress rehearsal. We've got these towards the end of the season. I think it's mid-April, might be mid-March, mid-April. And it will be a must-win game because we've got some horrendous games in between that at the end of the season. So this is a bit of a dress rehearsal. In terms of the team that Everton play, obviously the new signings from deadline day can't play. They're both cup tied. So I'm expecting him to go full strength. I'm expecting Begovic and Pickford in goal. I'm expecting Ben Godfrey at left back. I'm expecting Mina, Keane. I think he might play Patterson at right back. Midfield, I think he'll go with Onyango, Allen, possibly Gomez. I don't know if El Ghazi's available. I didn't check, so I'm ever so sorry I didn't check that. But up front, I think he'll go. Unfortunately, I think he might go for Rondon because he scored a hat-trick midweek. But I would personally love to see Dobbin, and he'll go with Damari Gray and Richarlison. But I want to be surprised. You know, I want to look at that team and be surprised, and I want that team then to produce something I haven't seen all season. That would be brilliant. I want to see us pressing from the front, and if we're going to lose the ball in the midfield, I want to see the turn on the pace. Get the ball back. That fight, that grit. The reason why we signed Allen, the reason why Onyango can potentially come into this side. You know, this is opportunities for these younger lads, and I want to see. I want to be able to say to my little lad, look at these players, look at these younger lads. Look at these, Finn. I want to be able to say that to him. I want him to be impressed by what he's seen. I want him to be blown away, and he hasn't seen that in a long time. He hasn't seen it in a long time. I think the last time, you know, he saw a game where he walked out and was gutted was a Man United 1-1 where we should have won 2-1. I just think Everton have to win this game. I think we do, and then I think we go into the Tuesday night game against Newcastle, and if we're flying after Saturday, we'll absolutely soar into that game. So, look, all in all, really happy, and I'd like to think that we can get 3 points. Through to the next round, sorry, Jesus Christ. I'd love to think we can get through to the next round. I'd love to think that we can beat Brentford. And I'd love to think we can put ourselves in the draw and give ourselves a bit of confidence going into 2 massive games against Newcastle and Leeds. Because let's be honest, we need it. We absolutely need it. So, guys, score prediction. I'm going 2-1 Everton. 2-1 Everton. And I really hope that Dobbin starts. I'd really, really like to see this kid have 60 minutes, 90 minutes, whatever. I love to see him start. Use that pacing behind. I think he's going to be a hell of a baller, I do. I really, really do. So, guys, look, I'll see you soon. Keep smiling. Up the toffees.